Baby, I was today's years old when I found out that the Italians, the Slavics, the blacks, and the Jews went up against the KKK and whooped their ass. Get into it. And it was in Ohio. Y'all, this is crazy. So, in 1924 in Niles, Ohio, that's in between Youngstown and Warren, like Trumbull County. After World War One ended, the Klan, they basically felt like they were them boys, they got real popular. They had a whole lot of people joining them, and they was really like on a power trip. So they was going at it. So what ended up happening was the Klan ended up fucking around and finding out. With them, basically getting big or whatever and being in Niles, Niles had a whole lot of Catholic immigrants, and they couldn't stand them. I mean, you know how that go. With that being said, they basically was saying that they was un-American. They wanted segregation. Basically, they didn't want them in their schools, in their towns, none of that. And at this time, this was basically a sundown town too. Oh, and don't let you think that you about to be anything other than YT and be up in their governments. They ain't want none of that, baby. And if you thought they was just about to be talking and saying that they didn't want this shit to happen, no, you're sadly mistaken. They stood on business. They went and bought land in Northeast Ohio. Baby, they was on this land wilding out, baby. They was out there throwing rallies, burning crosses. Them boys was getting away from so much. They was feeling themselves so much. They organized a parade on November 1st, 1924, through the town. And the town of Niles was not motherfucking having it, okay? They weren't having it. So the people of Niles start clicking up, and they formed a group called the Knights of the Flaming Circle. And it basically was an anti-Klan group. So, again, to go heads up with the Klan, y'all. Stay tuned because it's getting real. So you had Italians, war vets, all uniting, basically saying, you ain't about to come here with that motherfucking parade, baby. We got something for you. So a few days before the parade, the mayor's house got bombed. And then the night before the planned march, it went down. Throwing bricks, gunfire, just 18 hours of pure violence. I'm talking about going down, beating ass, okay? Standing on business. Total chaos. The Klan, they tried to sneak in at midnight, and it did not go as planned for them, baby. In 18 hours, Niles turned into a war zone. People were arrested, storefronts were shattered and busted up. Baby, it went down so bad that day, the National Guard didn't even show up. They ain't want no parts of this shit. So that meant the town had to handle this themselves, and that's exactly what they did. So what happened after all this went down? Well, the Klan, they backed down. They never had that parade through that town, okay? Yeah, big business. Matter of fact, they never tried that shit again anywhere around the Mahoning area or the surrounding areas, baby. They learned a lesson, okay? But moral of the story is, history always repeats itself. Let's pay attention to this. It's funny. Very telling why they didn't tell this story in schools, y'all.